Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a small little get ready with me and they are featuring some semi-new things, but just to jump off and start it, we're gonna use the 24-hour eyeshadow primer from Smashbox. This is really great if you have any oily eyelids. To set it all, I'm gonna use the Neutrogena Shine Control Powder. This is just to set that primer down. And then I'm going to use the Morphe Brushes Copper Spice palette and buffing in a orange tone shade. Then we're going to go into the Marvelous Mauves from Dose of Colors and use the Wishy Washy shade and pop that onto the crease. This is talc free, so if you're allergic to talc, you'll be good with this palette. They also have a brown one that I have a tutorial on. I'll link down below. And then we're going to keep blending with a first brush that we used earlier. This has no product, just blending it all out. Then we're going to use the rosy color and place that right on top. I'm just building up colors as we intensify the look. Again, build it up to however you want it. If you want it more intense, just go ahead and add more. If you want to not have it so intense, just add less. Next, we're going to use the Spaced Out shade, which is a nice dark purple shade, very nice on the eyelid, and I'm just focusing that on the outer corner of the lid. Next, we're going to use the darkest shade. It's called Wine Stain from this palette, and darkening out the outer corner, you know, just to give it that effect from light to dark on the eyelid. And then I'm just blending all the colors together. I love doing this towards the end of my makeup look. It's just something I do. I will list the brushes that I use down in the description box in case you are interested in that. I'll have that for you. And then we're going to use the lightest shade on this palette. It's called Fluffy. And it looks a little bit too harsh and too light. Like it looks super crazy right now. But once I blend everything in together, it'll look and come together. So this is the same shade that we used, Fluffy, and putting that on the inner portion of the eyelid and just blending that out and diffusing it together. For eyeliner, I'm using my trusty old NYX matte liquid liner. This is by far my favorite one as far as liquid goes. I just find it so easy for myself and I just love the matte finish of it. I haven't found anything that's as matte as this. In my personal opinion, if you have anything like it, let me know in the comments. I'm willing to try it out. For primer, I'm using two of them, the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores and the Becca for Shine Control. And for concealer, I'm using the Wet n Wild concealer, which is my favorite. I'm almost running out of it, surprisingly. And then I'm just blending that out with my trusty old beauty blender. And for foundation today, we're using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I'm using 2 pumps of that. But once I start blending it out, you can see it's a little bit ashy on me. And I needed some more warmth. So as I'm blending it out, you'll see it in a moment. I did bring out my Makeupforever HD Foundation, which is a little bit more warmer. So you can see it's a little have a gray. So I mixed that on top of it, and it was a little bit better, not as much as I wanted it to be as tan, but hey, I'll use a bronzer to bronze it up. But we're using the RCMA No Color Powder to set that concealer and foundation in place. And so we don't have any flashback, I'm just wetting the sponge with some Fix Plus and dabbing that onto my skin so we can melt that powder into the skin and we didn't got no flashback because we all know that's not cute. To set my entire rest of my face, I'm using my NYX No Filter powder, which is by far my holy grail right now. I love it. And then for bronzer, we're using the Becca and Chrissy Teigan collab. This bronzer is really nice. It blended out so pretty. I'm actually considering buying the full size later on in the future because this was really nice. I really enjoyed the formula and texture of this. It just blended well into my skin and the color is amazing for me. And for highlight, I'm using the Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow palette and mixing the two and popping that on the highlight tops of the cheekbones. We're also going to place that on the cupid's bow and the tip of the nose, more on the highest points of the cheeks. We're going in on this highlight. Okay. We're also using the same blush on the cheeks and adding some Fix Plus to melt all the powders into the skin and adding some more highlight because, you know. Next, I'm going to use these 3 shades, which is the Wishy Washy, Spaced Out, and Wine Stain for the lower lash line. And I did add some eyelashes, which are the Ardell Double Up 202s. For the waterline, I'm using the Marc Jacobs Highlighter Matte Gel Eye Crayon in the shade Earthquake, which has been my favorite right now for my waterline. It stays on pretty much for the entire day or night whenever I'm going out. Really great formula, I highly recommend. For the lips today, I'm using Dose of Colors Cork, which is my favorite shade from this line. I always use this, and it's one of my favorite formulas if you haven't known that already. And I also added some brow definer from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I mixed it up with, I didn't mix it up, but I used a stippling brush at the end of this video to mix up my powders together so it won't be too harsh. But that's the end of this makeup look. Get ready with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next video. Toodles!